Let's get this party started. Let's get this party started. Let's get this party started. It's a Bible reading party. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh.
Good morning. Good morning. It is 7:10. You guys see my clock? I think you can see my clock, right? That's the clock I'm always looking up at. Whenever I'm like, the time is now, blah, 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 blah. I'm just gonna sit here and suck on this lemon while I wait for my YouTube friend to come in. Juicy, juicy, juicy. Yes. I feel like it's more effective when I eat it or suck on it rather than put it in my water. Yep. Clear up all that sniffy sniffy. While I'm waiting for the party goers to show up, I'm gonna show you guys around a little bit. So yes, I repainted. I'm about 3/4 of the way done, actually. I'm about 3/4 of the way done, and I redecorated just a little bit. And this is what it looks like. Oh, hold on. I gotta give you the full effect. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Oh my God. Give you the full effect. It's a little bit more compact, and it's also a little bit more clear. So here we go. Yay! Yeah, I still gotta get up there. I didn't get the trim. You're supposed to do the trim first. You're supposed to do the trim and then do the other stuff. But I just painted. I gotta go back in. But for the most part, y'all, my wall is done. For people who did not know, this wall used to be that color. See that color over there? It's like a neutral tan, khaki, or whatever. And if you're wondering, yes, I'm in my bedroom. The cat is out of the bag. My studio is my bedroom. Ha 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 ha. But yeah, y'all see that color difference? That is what I'm covering up. And from the YouTube videos that I've been watching, I've learned that color makes a difference. Not just light. Y'all see my ring light? Y'all see my extra light? Not only does light make an important part of how your video turns out, but color. So who remembers those color lessons in school between black and white? What does the color black do and what does the color white do? This is the corner that I was always kind of like, whenever I started off, I'd be like, I don't want you guys to see that corner. Well, the reason I didn't want you to see that corner is because this wall had a sheet on it. I used to have a white sheet up here. But this wall right here, that little corner, it was like, it was red. It was burgundy. Because this used to be an accent wall. This used to be an accent wall. I don't know if you can tell. I gotta go over it. But this used to be burgundy. As of 2 days ago, well, when I first moved in, this wall was like a dark burgundy. I had to throw some kills up there. Yeah, I had to throw kills up there to cover that deep, deep dark color and then put my white over it. So whenever I would be over here, you would see a strip of color right there, which wasn't bad, but it was throwing me off. So yes, this is what I've been doing the last couple days. Organizing, redecorating. Sorry about that. Organizing, redecorating, and this is the new look. This is my same wall that I've been sitting up against. And there's really nothing new in here. It's just new to you. It's not new, but it's new to you. This came out of my eBay storage for anybody who watched any of my older videos where I'm out in my garage. And I had this lining the shelves. I had it lining the shelves in there. That you've seen before. This I actually bought back at Halloween time. And it's a Texas flag in the state of Texas. You've seen my wisdom, Chinese characters wisdom. You've seen that before. When I first started off in my Bible reading, I was using this before in the background. And yeah, actually I had a sheet over it. So maybe you don't recognize it. Don't look at the stains on the floor. All this carpet is coming up. That's why I never want to show my carpet. My carpet is gross. But yeah, this is just a little side table thing that I use. And this is my favorite clock. This is my favorite clock that I look up and show you guys every day. For example, right now I'm going to say, today is Wednesday. It is June 3rd, 2020. See how it's got that? June 3rd, 2020, 7:16 a.m. And this is super helpful for me because as a midnight worker, sometimes it can be difficult for me to know what day it is, what time it is, what month it is. Yeah, it's that serious sometimes. So yeah, this is my new look. This is what I've been doing the last couple days. Get that nice white. Yeah, I know, I gotta go over with the trim. But the point is, white reflects. Dark colors absorb, light colors reflect. And so this light that I've got here, my ring light that focuses on my face, and some extra lights that I put up there, hopefully to kind of balance it out. Because those are warm colors, and this is a cool color. This is like white, 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 white. And that's kind of a yellowy white. So I got that up there to one, balance it out. And two, sometimes when I hold the Bible up to you guys or the dictionary or whatever, and I want to show you a word, I want to make sure that it's enough angles for y'all to see. So yeah. And it's a beautiful, beautiful day out. This window, it will never shine on me, unfortunately, because the sun doesn't come by this way. But yeah, if I'm ever having it over here, I feel more comfortable now without having that strip of color there. Anyways, that was just a little tour I was doing, nothing important. I jumped right on. I didn't even let the clouds play for like maybe a minute, not even a minute or two. There we go. And I did that because I'm late. I'm late. I'm late for my date, like the white rabbit says. And so I just really wanted to jump on. Okay, let me finish sucking on this lemon, like I said. And I'm doing this because they say a lemon, when you first wake up, it's good for your digestion. And also the acid, that acid in there, that sourness, it breaks up all that. And I'm a professional. I can't be blowing my nose on camera and Oprah Winfrey never did that. At least not on camera. But good morning, everybody. The time is 7:19 a.m. It is Wednesday. We're in the first week of June. We're in the 23rd week of reading the Bible in a year. We're in the first week of my new channel. And we're in the month of summer. It's not summertime yet. No. You guys know when the official day of summer is? I'm just making conversation while I finish this lemon. June 21st. June 21st is the official day of summer. That is the summer equinox. It's the longest day of the year. You know how the earth rotates and all that good stuff. June 21st is the longest day of the year, just like December 21st is the shortest day of the year. We're going to get the most daylight ever, June 21st, and that is the official summer equinox. But as my daughter announced to me yesterday, it's summertime. I said, no, it's not. She says, I'm out of school now officially. And I graduated, or I passed. Thank you, Lord, for small wonders. I can talk about the importance of education for children in a structured environment, but I think I'll save that for the main channel. Because on this channel, you know what we talk about? We talk about the Bible. Yeah, the Bible. Talking about the Bible. The Bible. So this is my Bible. I love my new setup. I don't think I showed you guys my thing, but this is the bookshelf. In case you didn't notice it, this is the bookshelf that my books were on. See that? Bottom shelf. Oh, you can't see that. Bottom shelf, middle shelf where my laptop's at, third shelf where the ring light's at, top shelf. So I repurposed it. Yeah, I know that's a really bad angle. You can't tell, but I'm very happy because now it's a little bit more narrow and a lot more. I have everything right where I need it, and my old eBay hanger thing that I was using. That's another story. But yeah, it's a lot more cleaner and compact here, and I'm just happy. I'm very happy. I have more things that I want to do, but for right now, I'm happy. It's the little things. Hopefully, ooh, don't look down there. Don't look down there. Don't look down there. There we go. Yes. You can see the time. You can't see the day, but you can see the calendar. You can see the channel, which doesn't matter because this is not that channel. This is a different channel, so I'm going to just not focus on that. But yes, good morning. Let me grab my phone because the way I've got this, I can't really see that well on that laptop. But I'm going to try. So, good morning and welcome to Nicole, who says good morning, 40 fam. Bless the like button. And she's got a new pick. Yes, I can tell when people have new picks. Because I look at these YouTube bubbles so often, I can tell when somebody's making the slightest change. Bless the like button. Oh, you know what? I got to do something. I'm going to do roll call and then I got to do something because y'all probably noticed something other than this color. Y'all probably noticed another color too, right? Hold on. Nicole says, bless the like button. Laverne Dorsey says, good morning. Life of Key, good morning. Eva Frazier, good morning, everyone, with the heart. What I like to call the Red Cross heart, because it's not. Life of Key says, nice look. Well, thank you. Eva Frazier, I hit the like button. Thank you. The Wiz says, hello. And she said it just like that. Nicole says, your new decoration is nice. Thank you. Thank you. I just used some of what I had in different ways. Eva Frazier says, I like it. Very nice. Thank you. The Wiz says, wow, you've been very busy. Busy. Yes. So, you guys who used to be my moderators on my main channel need to get remoderated because this is a new channel. Totally different channel, totally different, starting fresh. You know, the clock starts fresh on this channel. Just like the time starts over, the watch hours start over, all that stuff, because this is a completely different channel. Has its own identification, has all that new stuff. And so I've gotta come in and I've gotta bless some of the people who have blessed me. And so Nicole, You have been redubbed a moderator. So now you're technically a moderator in two places. We're in two totally different places. Eva Fraser, one of my favorite moderators. The Wills, one of my favorite moderators. And Nicole, not only one of my favorite moderators, but also my star pupil on my old channel. We'll see if you're my star pupil on my new channel. I'm just playing, you guys. It's the same setup. It's still me. After sucking on that lemon, it tastes like I'm drinking sugar water. This is orange juice. Trying to boost my immune system. Boy, oh boy. Painting is a hard job. I wouldn't have imagined that that neutral color would be so hard to cover up. But layer upon layer upon layer, still showing. All right, all right, all right, all right. I think I'm definitely going to use my phone because the laptop here is okay. And it's okay. But I might have to move some things because it's kind of difficult for me to see. What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Da, 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 da. It's funny me looking at my own channel because I'm logged in under Entrepreneur Drive for the Entrepreneur Drive. I have 8 subscribers with 7 videos, and right now I am all the way live. I'm all the way live. I love that. I love that. What do you call it? The laurel. So for the person who could not see it clearly in the corner, my logo. Come on now, come on. Yes. Yeah, that is the logo. It's not as clear as I would like it to be showing up. But anyways, I'm going to join my live. See it clearly in the corner, my logo. All right, there we go. And I'm going to put this right conveniently here. Was that going to fit? Oh, see, that fits so nicely. You guys just don't know the way this bookshelf is laid up, and everything is like that much more convenient than it was before, which is cool. Because when we started off Monday, I was struggling. Here we go, guys. I am reading my Bible. This is the New Believer's Bible. Ka-chow. Ka-chow. I'm going to work on some focusing here. There we go. New Believer's Bible. For anybody's interested, I gotta make a mental note to put this in the description because it's not in the description. All I gotta do is copy paste it from the other channel. But this is my Bible. This is what I'm using. From time to time, you will see me grab this. This is CENSUS Compact Series Bible Dictionary. Ooh, my nails look so nice. Nice and clean. Anyways. And that's it. Oh, I gotta update the title too. I've been so busy everywhere that I'm really not as focused as I should be on specific things like, making sure I've got my title up properly. But that's okay. Let's see where we're supposed to be. All right, let's see where we're supposed to be. Walk wisely. We're in week 23. Walk wisely is the theme. And as you can see in the orange yellow box off to the right, the checkpoints are tangled in a tree, 1,000 sacrifices, 2 mothers, the cedars of Lebanon, the fruit of the Spirit. And on the left where it says read, you should see 2 Samuel 16 through 18, which is what I read on Monday. 2 Samuel 19 through 21, which is what I read yesterday, Tuesday. And today we're going to finish Samuel, 2 Samuel chapters 22 through 24. And yeah, that's where we're at. Oh, let me show you guys the cover for anybody who's checking this video out for the first time. Now I know you guys are my regulars, but I always have to keep in mind I'm not just making this video for people who are here right now. I'm making it for people who are watching tonight or tomorrow or a year from now. People who have never heard of me, who are discovering me for the first time. So I always have to keep that in mind, that I am producing content for my people that know me and for people who are meeting me for the first time. If you're one of those people, subscribe! All right, this is the cover of the Bible study book I'm using. It's called A Woman's Guide to Reading the Bible in a Year. The author's name is Diane Stortz. Again, there is actually a link. There's a link somewhere, just not on this channel, so I gotta make sure I put that on there when I get off of here. I gotta do some housekeeping in my digital house, not just my real house. Week 23. Almost halfway there. Week 23. Give me a second. I'm just going back to the table of contents. It takes a minute for it to load. Because I kind of forgot where I'm supposed to be. Oh yeah, 22 through 24. Hey, you know what? I learned something new yesterday. The book of Samuel used to be one book. Well, the book of Samuel is one book. The book of Samuel is one long book. You know how there's 1 Samuel and 2 Samuel? It's one long book that has been chopped in half. Don't ask me who chopped it in half. You have to look that up on your own. But I was, matter of fact, there used to be a link, and I'm going to transfer all that stuff over here. I put some links in the description of all my original ones over at the other channel. And one of the channel was called The Bible Project. The Bible Project is a YouTube channel. One guy's they're both theologians. They're both Bible study people. But one actually studied Hebrew history, Hebrew language, and the other one is a pastor. And they got together with some animators, some graphic artists, and they made each of the videos are 10 minutes or less, 6, 7, or 8 minutes, and it's going through different parts of the Bible, and they break down different concepts, and it's really, really cool. You won't be bored. You won't be bored. Plus, it's it goes like that. Anyways, I was watching them yesterday, and they were talking about how the book of Samuel used to be one book, or is one long manuscript. It's like one giant scroll that really has been cut in half just for the sake of convenience. And it was talking about, this is the Bible Project. Y'all can go check it out. It's literally called The Bible Project. It was talking about the three main characters in the book of Samuel, who is Samuel, the priest, who's the author, Saul, who was the very first king of Israel, and David, who was the, I guess, most loved king, or the favorite, most popular king. Plus, he had David and Goliath, and the Bathsheba incident, and all this other stuff. His hiding and running away from Saul, and then his pursuit of, he was in pursuit. But anyways, so those three main characters, and then how those other, the two kings, the rise and fall, and why they fell. One was for disobedience and kind of greed, and then the other one was temptation. David falling because of his temptation. He was doing so well until that Bathsheba incident. Then it just started going decline, even into the generation of his children, where some pretty nasty and underhanded things were going on. But yeah, that's what I learned yesterday, hanging out on that one YouTube channel. It's called The Bible Project. And I just thought that was interesting. So, that was not the recap. This is the recap. I need to do the recap, which would have been 19, 20, and 21. What did we read about yesterday? Oops. I love my new setup. I can spread my feet. I can put my feet out without knocking things over or feeling kind of hemmed in. Well, you guys don't know about that part, but I was feeling kind of hemmed in. Uh-oh. What did I just do? I just got off the live stream. I mean, I know you guys are still here, but I clicked the wrong button, so I can't see you guys. Oh, no, I can. Oh, no, I can't. Yeah, I did. I hit the Kindle Cloud Reader and covered you guys up. Give me a second. I can't see you. Actually, I can. I can see you up here. But I'd like to see you with all my stuff together. 19, 20, 21. This is a recap of what happened yesterday. There we go. Now I can see everybody and I can see myself. And I can see my analytics. I got 6 likes. I got 6 people in the room. Awesome, awesome. And my stream health is healthy. Yeah. I love having a healthy stream. Chapter 19. Saul tries to kill David. No, 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 Kenya. You didn't jump in 1 Samuel again. Okay. Let's get in the right book. Chapter 19. Joab rebukes the king. Joab rebukes the king. So at this point, Absalom, David's son, who was just trying to take over the kingdom, is killed. He had just been killed. David is mourning over the loss of his son, like any parent would, mourning the loss over his son. However, the Israelites have won. They've won the battle. They've gotten the kingdom back, and all is well, But Joab is like, look, king, we've risked our lives to get the kingdom back. Can you show a little happiness for us? I know your son has been killed, but can you show a little happiness for us? And he rebuked him. This is what Joab said in chapter 19. We saved your life today. This is verse 5. Chapter 19, verse 5. Then Joab went to the king's room and said to him, we saved your life today and the lives of your sons, your daughters, and your wives and concubines. Yet you act like this, making us feel ashamed of ourselves. You seem to love those who hate you and hate those who love you. You have made it clear today that your commanders and troops mean nothing to you. It seems that if Absalom had lived and all of us had died, you'd be pleased. Now go out there and congratulate your troops. For I swear by the Lord that if you don't go out, not a single one of them will remain here tonight. Then you will be worse off than before. So that's what was going on in chapter 19. Also, David's return to Jerusalem. David goes back to Jerusalem. Shimei, son of Gera. Oh yeah, he greeted him back when he was coming across. David's mercy at Shimei. Now remember, Shimei is this place that he had to pass through on the way out when he was being pursued by his son, and he was fleeing. And some people were throwing the stones at him. Get out of here, get out of here. Well, now the tables have turned. David could probably be like, off with your head because you were throwing stones at the king and treating me like a dog in the street. But it says here in verse 19, David shows mercy to Shimei. And he did. He actually did forgive him. Some of the people around were like, he should die, for he cursed the Lord's anointed king. David put them in check. Who asked for your opinion, you sons of Zeruiah? That's verse 22. Still in chapter 13, doing the recap. In verse 24, David's kindness to Mephibosheth. I still don't know what really happened. Ziba, y'all remember Ziba is the caretaker. Not the babysitter when he was young. The caretaker and servant of Mephibosheth. in the beginning, back when David was like, well, where's Mephibosheth? We're on the run. Where's Mephibosheth? Ziba he said he was going to stay behind and let his, stay behind and watch his granddaddy's throne be, wait to take over his granddaddy's throne, in so many words. But here in chapter 19, Mephibosheth is like, I was trying to come with you, but I'm crippled. I can't get my own horse together. I told them to get my donkey together. They didn't get it together. So, whatever he said, they lied on me. Still really don't know who was telling the truth. But that's what was going on between verses 24 and 30. It says David's kindness to Mephibosheth. And so David ends up splitting a piece of land between Ziba and Mephibosheth. And Mephibosheth says, no, give it to the other person. I'm just happy you're back. I don't know. Who do you guys think is really telling the truth? All right, this is what's going on in verse 31. David's kindness to Barzillai. Barzillai? Looks like an Italian name. Look at that name. Doesn't that kind of look like an Italian name? Oh, I gotta see if I can show you. Look right here by my finger. Right there by my finger. Barzillai. Y'all see that? David's kindness to Barzillai. Kind of looks like an Italian name. Barzillai. Anyways. You was feeling hemmed in. Sounds like it was time for a change. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's a little bit more open now. And since this is my bedroom. The cat's out of the bed. This is my bedroom. Now I actually have more room to walk around in this corner, this side of this wall that I'm using. It's a lot more open. I'm very pleased with it. In chapter 20, we talked about the revolt of Sheba. The revolt of Sheba. And let's see, there was a troublemaker named Sheba, who was the son of Bichri. He was basically saying down with David. I think he ended up getting killed, didn't he? Yep. Somebody came in and killed him. How are you, my cousin? Joab said to him. Took him by the beard with his right hand as though to kiss him, or probably, and with the other hand, stabbed him in the stomach. Yeah, all his guts fell out. That was pretty gross. Chapter 21, David avenges. Or is that today? Is that what I'm supposed to be reading today? Yes. No. Chapter 21, David avenges the Gibeonites. And a couple chapters ago, or maybe even in 1 Samuel, the Gibeonites were supposed to be spared, but Saul was like, wipe them all out. And I think that's another reason why for his downward spiral, because he was just being disobedient. He was not helping to keep his word. But David avenges the Gibeonites and says, look, yeah, I'm so sorry that this happened to your people. Here's a little bit of retribution. You can pick seven of Saul's sons, or sons or grandsons, 7 people from his family, and execute them. And that's what happened. Battles against the Philistine giants. Still talking about those giants coming through. And I think there was 4. And now we're in chapter 22, right after they have just had a victory against these giants. In chapter 22, David has a song of praise. Good thing I had my lemon water. Get my voice ready. Because I know you guys love my voice, my singing voice, right? Half of that voice is for play. David's song of praise. Chapter 22. David sang this song to the Lord on the day the Lord rescued him from all his enemies and from Saul. He sang, and let me let you guys know. This is something else that I found out from watching the Bible Project. The last 4, I might have mentioned this. Myself, but I learned it again in the Bible Project. The last 4 chapters of this book are out of chronological order. It's out of chronological order and it's put in a certain way for like effect. And so some of the stuff that I'm going to be reading probably sounds like that's kind of odd. Like, why is she randomly talking about him singing? Or why is she randomly talking about, David avenging the Gibeonites? Did that happen right after the fact? Or why is she talking about David's last words or whatever? But yeah, the last 4 chapters, which would be 24, 23, 22, and probably yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. But yeah, I just want to let y'all know that. David sang this song to the Lord on the day the Lord rescued him from all his enemies and from Saul, who's been long gone. That's why I'm saying that. It's not in order. He sang, me, 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 me. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. All right, this is what he's saying. The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my Savior. My God is my rock, in whom I find protection. He is my shield, the power that saves me, and my place of safety. He is my refuge, my Savior, the one who saves me from violence. I called on the Lord who is worthy of praise, and he saved me from my enemies. The waves of death overwhelmed me. Floods of destruction swept over me. The grave wrapped its ropes around me. Death laid a trap in my path. But in my distress, I cried out to the Lord. Yes, I cried to my God for help. He heard me from my sanctuary. My cry reached his ears. Then the earth quaked and trembled. The foundations of the heavens shook. They quaked because of his anger. Smoke poured from his nostrils. Fierce flames leaped from his mouth. Glowing coals blazed forth from him. He opened the heavens and came down. Dark storm clouds were beneath his feet. Mounted on a mighty angelic being, he flew, soaring on the wings of the wind. He shrouded himself in darkness, veiling his approach with dense rain clouds. A great brightness shone around him, and burning coals blazed forth. The Lord thundered from heaven. The voice of the Most High resounded. He shot arrows and scattered his enemies. His lightning flashed, and they were confused. Then, at the command of the Lord, at the blast of his breath, the bottom of the sea could be seen, and the foundations of the earth were laid bare. He reached down from heaven and rescued me. He drew me out of deep waters. He rescued me from my powerful enemies, from those who hated me and were too strong for me. They attacked me at a moment when I was in distress, but the Lord supported me. He led me to a place of safety. He rescued me because he delights in me. The Lord rewarded me for doing right. He restored me because of my innocence. For I have kept the ways of the Lord. I have not turned from my God to follow evil. I have followed all his regulations. I have never abandoned his decrees. I am blameless before God. I have kept myself from sin. The Lord rewarded me for doing right. He has seen my innocence. To the faithful, you show yourself faithful. To those with integrity, you show integrity. To the pure, you show yourself pure. But to the wicked, you show yourself hostile. You rescue the humble, but your eyes watch the proud and humiliate them. Oh Lord, you are my lamp. The Lord lights up my darkness. In your strength, I can crush an army. With my God, I can scale any wall. God's ways is perfect. All the Lord's promises prove true. He is a shield for all who look to him for protection. For who is God except the Lord? But who but our God is a solid rock? God is my strong fortress, and he makes my way perfect. He makes me as sure-footed as a deer, enabling me to stand on mountain heights. He trains my hands for battles. He strengthens my arm to draw a bronze bow. You have given me your shield of victory. Your help has made me great. You have made a wide path for my feet to keep them from slipping. I chased my enemies and destroyed them. I did not stop until they were conquered. I consumed them. I struck them down so they did not get up. They fell beneath my feet. You have armed me with strength for the battle. You have subdued my enemies under my feet. You placed my foot on their necks. I have destroyed all who hated me. They looked for help, but no one came to their rescue. They even cried to the Lord, but he refused to answer. I ground them as fine as the dust of the earth. I trampled them in the gutter like dirt. You gave me victory. over my accusers. You preserve me as the ruler over nations. People I don't even know now serve me. Foreign nations cringe before me. As soon as they hear of me, they submit. They lose all their courage and come trembling from their stronghold. My Lord lives. Praise to my rock. May God, the rock of my salvation, be exalted. He is the God who pays back those who harm me. He brings down the nations under me and delivers me from my enemies. You hold me safe beyond the reach of my enemies. You save me from violent opponents. For this, O Lord, I will praise you among the nations. I will sing praises to your name. You give great victories to your king. You show unfailing love to your anointed, to David and all his descendants forever. And everybody was like, that's David's song. It's chapter 22. David's song of praise. And chapter 23. Oh, let me check in with you guys. Out of order, so each book refers back to each other. Not necessarily, like literally, this 23 probably should have been like back when he first escaped from Saul or something like that. It's not referring back to it. It's literally like, I know this happened over here, but let's leave it toward the end. Let's leave this toward the end, or let's bring this part at the end, just for effect. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. It is it's referring back to it, but I don't know why they took it from here. It's kind of like chapter 23, David's last words. David's last words. See, now this is funny because David's last words, and then David takes a census. So did he die or did he not die? David builds an altar. Yeah. You guys got to do some research on your own for some of this stuff, but I found that out. I might have read it here. Let me see. Because you guys know, like at the heading, each of these headings, it breaks things down. Like, this is the author. This is what kind of book it is. No, it's not in here. I must have read that somewhere else. All this says is under David, the king of Israel doubled in size. Its enemies were subdued. Though he was a good leader and popular with people, David was not perfect. This book also records David's sins with Bathsheba and his tragic failure as a father. Maybe it's in my Bible study guide. Yeah, it kind of refers to it in that first sentence. It says the last 4 chapters of 2 Samuel are not placed chronologically. But that Bible Project video that I told you guys about, they really break it down a little bit better. Plus, they got the little cartoons, and it's like, oh, okay, I get it. Chapter 23, David's last words. These are the last words of David. David, the son of Jesse, speaks. David, the man who was raised up so high. David, the man anointed by the God of Jacob. David, the sweet psalmist of Israel. The Spirit of the Lord speaks through me. His words are upon my tongue. The God of Israel spoke. The rock of Israel said to me, the one who rules righteously, who rules in the fear of God, is like the light of morning at sunrise, like a morning without clouds, like the gleaming of the sun on the new grass after rain. Is it not my family God has chosen? Yes, he has made an everlasting covenant with me. His agreement is arranged and guaranteed in every detail. He will ensure my safety and success. But the godless are like thorns to be thrown away, for they tear the hand that touches them. One must use iron tools to chop them down. They will be totally consumed by fire. In verse 8, it's talking about David's mightiest warriors. These are the names of David's mightiest warriors. The first one was Jashabim, the Hachmonite, who was the leader of 3. The 3 mightiest warriors among David's men. He once used his spear to kill 800 enemy warriors in a single battle. Next in rank among the 3 was Eleazar, son of Dodai, a descendant of Ahoah. Once Eleazar and David stood together against the Philistines when the entire Israelite army had fled. He killed Philistines until his hand was too tired to lift his sword, and the Lord gave him a great victory that day. The rest of the army did not return until it was time to collect the plunder. Next in rank was Shammah, son of Agi from Harar. One time the Philistines gathered at Lehi and attacked the Israelites in a field full of lentils. The Israelite army fled, but Shammah held his ground in the middle of the field and beat back the Philistines. So the Lord brought about a victory. Once, during the harvest, when David was at the cave of Adullam, the Philistine army was camped in the valley of Rephaim. The three, who were among the 30, an elite group among David's fighting men, went down to meet him there. David was staying in the stronghold at the time, and a Philistine detachment had occupied the town of Bethlehem. David remarked longingly to his men, "Oh, how I would love some of that good water from the well by the gate in Bethlehem." So the three broke through the Philistine lines, drew some water from the well by the gate in Bethlehem, and brought it back to David. But he refused to drink it. Instead, he poured it out as an offering to the Lord. "The Lord forbid that I should drink this," he exclaimed. "This water is as precious as the blood of these men who risked their lives to bring it to me." So David did not drink it. These are the examples of the exploits of the three. In verse 18, let's talk about David's 30 mighty men. Abishai, son of Zeruiah, the brother of Joab, was the leader of the 30. He once used his spear to kill 300 enemy warriors in a single battle. It was by such feats that he became as famous as the three. Abishai was the most famous of the 30, as was their commander, though he was not one of the three. There was also Benai, son of Jehoiada, a valiant warrior from Kabzeel. He did many heroic deeds, which include killing 2 champions of Moab. Another time, on a snowy day, he chased a lion down into a pit and killed it. Once, armed only with a club, he killed a great Egyptian warrior who was armed with a spear. Benaiah wrenched the spear from the Egyptian's hand and killed him with it. Deeds like these made Benaiah as famous as the 3 mightiest warriors. He was more honored than the other members of the 30, though he was not one of the 3. And David made him captain of his bodyguard. Other members of the 30 included Asahel, Joab's brother; Elhanan, son of Dodo from Bethlehem; Shammah from Herod; Elika from Harod; Helaz from Pelon; Ira, son of Ikesh from Tekoa; Abiezer from Anathoth; Sibbecai from Husham; Zalman from Ahoah; Maharai from Netophah; Heled, son of Banah from Netophah; Ethai, son of Rabai from Gibeah in the land of Benjamin; Benaiah from Pirathon; Hurai from Nahale Gash; Abi Albon from Arabah; Asmaveth from Bahurim; Eliab from Shaalbon, the sons of Jashon; Jonathan, son of Shagi from Harar; Ahiam, son of Sharar from Harar; Eliphelet, son of Ahashbi from Makkah; Eliam, son of Ahithophel from Gilo; Hezro from Carmel; Perai from Arba; Egal, son of Nathan from Jobah; Bani from Gad; Zelek from Ammon; Naharai from Beeroth, Job's armor bearer; Ira from Jatir; Gareb from Jatir; Uriah the Hittite. There were 37 in all. And chapter 24 is next. Making sure I don't miss anything from you guys. Yes. Everything okay? Cool. Chapter 24. David takes a census. Once again, the anger of the Lord burned against Israel, and he caused David to harm them by taking a census. Go and count the people of Israel and Judah, the Lord told him. So the king said to Joab and the commanders of the army, take a census of all the tribes of Israel from Dan in the north to Beersheba in the south, so I may know how many people there are. But Joab replied to the king, may the Lord your God let you live to see 100 times as many people as there are now. But why, my lord, the king, do you want to do this? But the king insisted that they take the census, so Joab and the commanders of the army went out to count the people of Israel. First, they crossed the Jordan and camped at Aroer. Oh, I love that name. Aroer. 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 South of the town in the valley in the direction of Gath. Then they went to Jazer, then to Gilead in the land of Tatim Hodshi, and to Danjan, and around to Sidon. Then they came to the fortress of Tyre, and all the towns of the Hivites and Canaanites. Finally, they went to the south to Judah as far as Beersheba. Having gone through the entire land for 9 months and 20 days, they returned to Jerusalem. Man, somebody could have had a baby in that time. And they probably did. Verse 9, Joab reported the number of people to the king. There were 800,000 capable warriors in Israel who could handle a sword, and 500,000 in Judah. In verse 10, there's judgment for David's sins. But after he had taken the census, David's conscience began to bother him. And he said to the Lord, I have sinned greatly by taking the census. What's wrong with a census? Y'all know I need to look this up, right? What is the census? I have sinned greatly by taking this census. Please forgive my guilt, Lord, for doing this foolish thing. The next morning, the word of the Lord came to the prophet Gad, who was David's seer. This was the message. Go and say to David, this is what the Lord says. I will give you 3 choices. Choose one of these punishments and I will inflict it on you. So Gad came to David and asked him, will you choose 3 years of famine throughout your land, 3 months of fleeing from your enemies, or 3 days of severe plague throughout your land? Think this over and decide what answer I should give the Lord who sent me. I'm in a desperate situation, David replied to Gad, but let us fall into the hands of the Lord, for his mercy is great. Do not let me fall into human hands. So yeah, he didn't want to be running away for 3 months. So the Lord sent a plague upon Israel that morning, and it lasted for 3 days. A total of 70,000 people died throughout the nation, from Dan to the north to Beersheba in the south. But as the angel was preparing to destroy Jerusalem, the Lord relented and said to the death angel, stop. That is enough. At that moment, the angel of the Lord was by the threshing floor of Araunah the Jebusite. When David saw the angel, he said to the Lord, I'm the one who has sinned and done wrong, but these people are as innocent as sheep. What have they done? Let your anger fall against me and my family. I think that was a checkpoint, you guys. Yeah, I think that was a checkpoint. 1,000 sacrifices. 1,000 sacrifices, yeah. Verse 17, when David saw the angel, he said to the Lord, I'm the one who sinned and done wrong, but these people are as innocent as sheep. What have they done? Let your anger fall against me and my family. And then in verse 18, David builds an altar. That day, Gad, that's one of the prophets, right? Yes, the prophet Gad, said to him, go up and build an altar to the Lord on the threshing floor of Araunah the Jebusite. So David went up to do what the Lord had commanded. When Araunah saw the king and his men coming toward him, he came and bowed before the king with his face to the ground. Why have you come, my lord? The king, Araunah, asked. David replied, I've come to buy your threshing floor and to build an altar to the Lord so that he will stop the plague. Take it, my lord the king, and use it as you wish. Araunah said to David, here are the oxen for the burnt offering, and you can use the threshing boards and ox yokes for wood to build a fire on the altar. I will give it all to you, your majesty, and may the Lord your God accept your sacrifice." But the king replied to Araunah, "No, I insist on buying it, for I will not present burnt offerings to the Lord my God that have cost me nothing." So David paid him 50 pieces of silver for the threshing floor and oxen. David built an altar there to the Lord and sacrificed burnt offerings and peace offerings. And the Lord answered his prayer for the land, and the plague on Israel was stopped. That's it. That's all of 2 Samuel. I'm just checking out the postscript at the bottom to see if I can find out something about this census, which I don't think it's in there. So I'm going to refer to my handy dandy, yes, my handy dandy Bible dictionary. Here we go. Y'all ready to find out about censuses and why it was a sin for David to do that? Here we go. Census. An official counting and registration of citizens. A property evaluation for tax purposes in early Rome. The first numbering of the people in the Old Testament occurred at the time of the Exodus. All men 20 years of age or older who were able to go to war were counted. And we read about that in Numbers 1, verses 2 through 46. One purpose of this census was to help in the distribution of the land. Numbers 26. Again, there after the Babylonian captivity, there was another census, and we can find that in Ezra 2, of the men to show how many had returned from captivity, and also as an aid for the distribution of land. In the New Testament times, the Roman government conducted periodic countings of the people to assess the amount of tax their country should pay to the treasury of the Roman Empire. The New Testament mentions 2 censuses. At the time of Jesus' birth, Joseph and Mary went to Bethlehem to be registered. That's in Luke chapter 2, verses 1 through 5. This was probably a census required of all nations under the rule. All citizens were required to return to their places of birth for an official registration of their property for tax purposes. The second Roman census was conducted to make an assessment of the property of Judea. And at this time, Judea came under direct Roman rule. Because of this, Judas of Galilee incited a revolt, stating that the Jews should be ruled by God rather than by a foreign power. The Roman system of taking census began in 10 through 9 BC. Such a registration took place every 14 years. All right, that's a little backstory. But I really want to know what was up with why? Because even the advisor, even Gath, the prophet, was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" David's like, "Yep, take a census." Okay. Why was King David's census a bad thing? I got quite a few research results. I've got BibleStudy.org. I've got Stack Exchange, GotQuestions.com, ADW.com, CathStan.org, GentleReformation.com, 10th Presbyterian Church. This one was actually published in March 2nd, 2020, so I'm going to go with the most recent one. Oh, because it's talking about the census. That's why they jumped on this. Talk about this year's census. Beginning this month, invitations to complete the 2020 census will start arriving in people's homes. Okay, yeah, that's been done. Second paragraph. Hearing of the U.S. Census reminds us of those censuses done in the Bible. Jesus was born in Bethlehem because Caesar's registration or census caused Joseph and Mary to travel there in order to be counted. The book of Numbers has its title due to listing the results of a census God mandated. But perhaps the most intriguing census is the one that David took. as a record in 2 Samuel chapter 24. For we know at that time David took this census, the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel. Why did the anger of the Lord burn against Israel? Why did the Lord incite David to take the census and express anger at him after doing so? Matthew Henry, whoever that person is, maybe somebody that you can learn about in this article. Matthew Henry cites 5 possible reasons that David's census was wrong. 1. He was using it to number men under 20 years of age for army service, which was forbidden in God's law. Okay, so he was getting the youngins. That might be one reason. 2. The census had no direct order from God. So did God tell him? Didn't tell him? I don't know. 3. David was going to use the results to tax the people more than the law allowed. 4. David was not trusting the promise of God to Abraham to make the people innumerable. Oh, kind of like, God, you said I was gonna have a big family. Let me see. Kind of like trying to hold God accountable, you know? Can't do that. David was exhibiting the pride of his heart and putting confidence in the number and power of his army rather than God. That's kind of how I was thinking. Like they had just came back from battle, they had all these victories. Now he's let me count. Yep, we still got it going on. I don't know. Though they are all plausible, and Henry believed the last one was true, there is a problem with each of these proposals. No clear evidence in the text exists for any of them. However, what is very clear in the text is that the census was wrong. All the characters knew it. Joab knew it was wrong and tried to prevent the king from doing it. In the corresponding account in Chronicles, we are told that Satan moved David to number Israel. So sometime in the future, we're going to be referring back to David again. When I read First Chronicles 21:1, it says Satan moved David to number Israel. Afterward, David confessed that it was wrong, saying he sinned greatly, committed iniquity, and had acted very foolishly. So how did all the characters in the story so clearly know it was wrong? Perhaps an earlier account in David's life holds the key. Recall that Uzzah was struck dead when the ark, being transported back to Israel from Philistia, toppled off an ox cart, and he reached out his hand to balance it. David became angry because of the Lord's outburst against Uzzah, and named that place accordingly that day, calling it Perez Uzzah. David was afraid of the Lord that day, and he said, "How can the ark of the Lord come to me?" It stayed there 3 months until someone did some Bible study and remembered what Exodus 25:14 says. You shall put the poles into the rings on the sides of the ark to carry the ark with them. Yeah. Remember the poles. We read about the poles that were never supposed to be removed. Because once it was, they had the rings, the little golden rings, and they had the poles to go through it so you can hold it. Because you can't touch the ark, but you can touch these poles. So at some point, somebody removed these poles or something. They had it balanced up there. You're probably thinking, well, how they get it up on the ox? I don't know, but I'm just saying. Maybe they were using the loops. They were using the loops to lift it up. But at some point, he actually touched the ark part, like the part he wasn't supposed to touch. You shall put the poles into the rings on the sides of the ark to carry the ark with them. When they realized they had broken God's law and corrected themselves, the ark was moved without incident. Returning to David's census, perhaps the same book holds the key, for look at what Exodus 30:11-12 says. The Lord also spoke to Moses, saying, when you take a census of the sons of Israel to number them, then each one of them shall give a ransom for himself to the Lord when you number them, so that there will be no plague among them when you number them. Remember what happened after David took the census and the prophet Gad comes to rebuke him? David was given 3 options as a punishment, namely 7 years of famine, 3 months of enemies attacking them, or 3 days of plague. David chose the last option, saying he would rather fall into the hand of the Lord. 70,000 people die in Israel from the plague before David sees the angel with his sword drawn over Jerusalem, and he confesses his sin. So it seems evident that God's anger and plague came because the ransom money that was to be taken at this time of a census was not collected. Yet, why did this anger God so? The ransom money was to support the tabernacle and the temple service as a memory of the Lord's atonement. You shall take the atonement money from the sons of Israel and shall give it for the service of the tent of the meeting, that it may be a memorial for the sons of Israel before the Lord, to make atonement for yourselves. That's referring back to Exodus 30 and 16. And all that Israel did, they were never to forget that they had been redeemed by the Lord, and each soul was counted as belonging to him. For we know that ransom money cannot actually pay the price for a soul. Psalms 49, 7 through 8 says, No man can by any means redeem his brother or give to God a ransom for him, for the redemption of his soul is costly, and he should cease trying forever. Micah put it rhetorically this way: Shall I present my firstborn for my rebellious acts, the fruit of my body for the sin of my soul? David taking a census without the ransom price, reminder that their lives were pledged to God, was usurping in the people's mind God's lawful place as their protector and true king. He was seeking ultimate allegiance to himself, his kingdom, and his power. David eventually saw how evil his usurpation was in the eyes of the Lord. Disobeying God's law regarding the ransom money of the census and the message it conveyed is what angered the Lord. For what turned the plague away also testifies to this truth. God commanded David to erect an altar on the site which was at the threshing floor of Araunah. David did so, paying the price for the threshing floor and offering sacrifices that halted the plague. This site became the place where the temple was later built in the days of Solomon. The sacrifices offered there through the ages became emblematic of the blood of the true Lamb of God shed at Calvary, who purchased his elect unto salvation. So, when the census takers come knocking and politicians start making promises from the results, remember David's census. Pause. Then thank the Lord that you are part of a far better census, with your name written in the Lamb's book of life as a citizen of heaven, redeemed by his blood and the child of the true king. Wow, that was a very politically engaging ending. But yeah, let me know if you guys got that. I know that was a really long explanation, but I was trying to figure, like, he just took a head count. Why was that so wrong? But there was a lot more that went into that. All right. Gotta make myself a moderator. Absolutely. There we go. Oh, Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for this rest that I'm going to go back to, for this law. Thank you for the strength that I had to do my room. Sometimes it feels like such a burden that I do not have the help that I wish I had. But instead of focusing on that, I'm going to focus on the strength that you do give me. Lord, I've got strength in my bones. I've got strength in my muscles. I've got the will and determination to do what I want to do. And that feels great to be able to have that freedom to move around, have that mobility. If I want to paint my room, I can paint my room. If I need to move furniture around, I can move furniture around. Yes, Lord, it tires me out. But I am just so thankful that I've got the muscles and strength to do it and to be able to look around and see the results. For that, I'm thankful. Lord, bless everybody in the chat. Bless everybody on the replay, whatever their needs may be. I pray that you will fulfill their needs. Bless them in such a way that it is overflowing, that they just know it has to be a miracle from you. I pray, Lord, that everybody's encouraged to read the Bible, whenever they can, as often as they can, so they can come to their own understanding. And when things happen in their life, they will already be equipped with that knowledge and information that they can use to comfort themselves in your word and to encourage themselves in your word and to fight against the enemy who always seems to be coming at us some way, shape, or form. Thank you for the comfort and freedom to read my Bible in the privacy of my own home and publicly on this global platform where I can just talk to anybody in any country at any time through the miracle of technology. Thank you for this day, Lord, and this is the day that you made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Rejoice, rejoice. And again, I say rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. And again, I say rejoice. I am sleepy. I think I'm going to bed around 2:30 every night for the past 3 or 4 nights. Either working on projects, editing, not even editing. What have I been doing? Not necessarily editing, but a lot of YouTube related stuff. Either with the channel. Yeah, I've been doing a lot lately. I've been doing a lot. I have been doing quite a bit and I'm very happy. I've been getting a lot accomplished. So when I go back to work, I'm not going to have any regrets. When I go back to work, I'm not going to be looking back and saying, I'm not even going to say, oh, I wish I was still off, which I usually do. When I go back to work, I'm going to have no regrets. I'm going to be like, I did a lot. I did a lot and I'm proud of myself. Proud of myself for being disciplined. Proud of myself for staying true to my plan, proud of myself for reaching my goals, proud of myself for keeping my commitments, very proud of myself. And yeah, I am content at this moment. I am very content with my life. I'm very content and proud of myself, and I'm looking forward to more, not better things to come. I'm looking forward to whatever the Lord decides to bless me with. I am content this day. Everything is taken from the Bible as history repeats itself. Yeah. I did a hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick. I do have another channel that I made way before this one. Cause y'all know I'm into the voice. I'm into the whole voice. I'm into the whole voice acting. I actually wanted to show you. And you guys don't have to follow me there. I'm just talking about it as a reference. This is where I do my practice stuff. And I actually did. Was it this one? No, it wasn't that one. Was it? I did a quick scripture piece. Normally I do short readings or do advertising kind of stuff on that channel, but I thought I did something from Colossians. Nothing new under the sun. Yeah, I did. Ecclesiastes. Oh, Ecclesiastes. That's right. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. I did. Y'all wanna hear something from me from my other channel that I haven't added to in 2 weeks? Yeah, I gotta do some stuff over there. This is some of the stuff I do in my voice talent channel. I gotta get back in my other studio, my microphone studio, where I'm working on my narration stuff. Let you guys check this out. This is so meta. This is so meta right now. You guys see that? Get some of these lights down. Yes, I love my new setup. It's so convenient. All right. Close these blinds up because I am about to lay back down. I've only been getting about 4 hours of sleep. Go to bed at 2 and waking right back up at 6. But I'm committed, y'all. I am committed. I am committed. Can't find it. Oop, I'm trying to do this.
Hello and welcome to Voice Talent by Kenya. My name is Kenya, and in today's reading, I will be offering you selections from Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes chapter 1. These are the words of the teacher, King David's son, who ruled in Jerusalem. Everything is meaningless. Everything is meaningless, says the teacher. Completely meaningless. What do people get for all their hard work under the sun? Generations come and generations go, but the earth never changes. The sun rises and the sun sets and hurries around to rise again. The wind blows south and then turns north. Around and around it goes, blowing in circles. Rivers run into the sea, but the sea is never full. If the water returns again to the rivers, it flows out again to the sea. Everything is wearisome beyond description. No matter how much we see, we are never satisfied. No matter how much we hear, we are not content. History merely repeats itself. It has all been done before. Nothing under the sun is truly new. Sometimes people say, here's something new, but actually it is old. Nothing is ever truly new. We don't remember what happened in the past, and in future generations, no one will remember what we are doing now. The teacher speaks, the futility of wisdom. I, the teacher, was king of Israel, and I lived in Jerusalem. I devoted myself to search for understanding and to explore by wisdom everything being done under heaven. I soon discovered that God has dealt a tragic existence to the human race. I observed everything going on under the sun, and really, it is all meaningless, like chasing the wind. What is wrong cannot be made right. What is missing cannot be recovered. I said to myself, look, I am wiser than any of the kings who ruled in Jerusalem before me. I have greater wisdom and knowledge than any of them. So I set out to learn everything from wisdom to madness and folly. But I learned firsthand that pursuing all this is like chasing the wind. The greater my wisdom, the greater my grief. To increase knowledge only increases sorrow. And that has been the reading of Ecclesiastes chapter 1 using the New Believer's Bible Compact Version, New Living Translation. If you enjoyed today's reading, make sure you let me know with a thumbs up, as it helps others find this video and this channel.
I hope you guys can hear that clearly. That's my voice talent channel. That is where I am practicing my voice talent. So I'm reading to you guys here. I'm reading the Bible, but there's a little bit more. Like I probably shouldn't. This isn't even the proper way to be doing it, I guess. I think you're supposed to really be standing up. But I want to be a voice actor. Yes, I want to be a voice actor. That is one of my multiple income stream things. I know I got the talent for it. I know I got the personality for it. I have the equipment for it now. And yes, I just need to build up my connections and networking. And I normally do stuff like on this channel. Like I said, y'all don't have to follow me over there. I'm just using this for a reference. But on this channel, I normally do things like I'll do a selection from a children's book. Like I was reading the Berenstain Bears. I was reading a selection from the Berenstain Bears, doing some different voices. When I had all the cats, I was doing different funny voices for the cats. I was doing a short demo for a training video for a hospital. I did, let's see, something else for story narration. I did something for a commercial. I did something which was kind of like a poem, but not. Yeah, it was like a short story. Self-help narration. Playing around with some accents. I did a Caribbean African accent. Playing around with my male inflection. Because when you're doing narration, reading books, for Audible, it's good to have a range, just like singers have a range of voices. Not range of voices, just like singers have a range to hit high notes and low notes and different things like that. When you're a narrator, it's good to be able to switch it up so that when you're reading stories to people, they can distinguish between the different characters. I'm talking about Audible, mostly Audible. British accent, short story narration, and yeah, instructional walkthrough, another commercial. So that's some of the stuff that I practice over on that other channel, so that I will have. It's kind of like a digital resume that I'm building, so I can get me an agent and stuff like that. But yeah, you're right. I did all that to say. I know y'all like, why is she telling us this? Because of what the Wiz said. Um, Everything is taken from the Bible. Is history repeats itself? Yep, nothing new under the sun. That was the purpose of me doing that. There's nothing new under the sun. Ecclesiastes 1:9. Eva Frazier says, "Did you mean Boulevard 40 and the Crickets?" Huh? Um. Yes, yes. Thank you, Kenya. I will claim it all. Amen. Wow, that's a big phone. David. Wow. Rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. And I don't know what your question means. I'm on my phone logged in under 40 Entrepreneur Drive, so if it comes up in here, that's why. It's because I'm logged in on my phone, and I'm yeah, that was me. That was me throwing crickets because it got too quiet in here. There was not enough participation. I don't like it when the chat goes quiet because it tells YouTube that it's stale. I mean, YouTube doesn't know that I'm doing anything on this side. They go based off of how everybody else is reacting. But yeah, so that's that. And I will see you guys on the next one. I did my Bible reading. Oh, I don't think I did a shout out. So let me do a quick shout out. I did my prayer outro. Shout out and thank you to, I guess I can do it on here. Why can't I see? Okay, I gotta scroll. Shout out to Nicole, who not only was the early bird.
What up, world? It's me, Brizzy, or Anna Brisbane. I'm a YouTuber.
I was twirling this around and I guess I turned it on. I'm like, ooh, who's that? Kind of startled me. As I was saying, shout out to Nicole, who not only is the early bird in the room, but she came in early to make sure everybody could see her new fly hairstyle in her new profile pic. I'm thinking about updating mine, but I probably will leave it alone. Shout out to Laverne Dorsey. Shout out to Life of Key. Shout out to Eva Frazier. And shout out to the Wills. I don't have a Nightbot in here. I gotta get a Nightbot over here. That's that little robotic narrator that says, "Hey everybody, da 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 da, come do this, come do that." Oh, that's a spam word. No, 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 you can't say that. Yeah, I gotta get. Okay, so what did I say I have to do? I have to. I have to copy and paste. Oh, wow, it sure is dark in here now, isn't it? Look at that. It's kind of dark without my light on. See what a difference a light makes? A light ring makes? Boy. Boy, oh boy. But yeah, I'm going to take a break from that. When I get off of here, I need to do my summary, which is summarizing what happened today in the Bible. I need to copy paste some of the information for in the links in case anybody wants to look those up. And those are affiliate links. I think I made a video over on the main channel about the importance if you want to make a website and start selling stuff, like putting links in like, hey everybody, this great orange juice is delicious. I love it every day. If you want to buy your own, you should click this link. And you're getting paid for that. You're basically like a third party salesman and you get like a commission from it. And I was talking about how you need to make sure you need to do that properly. And oh yeah, it was 5 ways to protect yourself, because you can't just be selling stuff without telling people, yeah, I'm getting a kickback from this. But anyways, those Bible links, those the Kindle study guide, That is an affiliate link through Amazon. So if you happen to click that link, it takes you to Amazon, and if you buy it, it's no extra cost to you, but I get like a referral compensation for it. The Bible dictionary, if you follow that link, either here when I put it up or over on the other channel, it's an Amazon link. So I have an affiliate account, and if you buy it, I get like, some chump change from it. Same thing with this Kindle download. Yeah. And in the future, I will be bringing more affiliate links because that is one way that I'm planning to earn money. If I talk to you guys about something and I think I do a pretty good job, I'm probably going to drop a link. If I say, hey, this is a really nice case and it's got the little pop thingy and comes with nice little colors, you can get your own with this affiliate link at the bottom. I will be doing that. Probably not so much here, but on my other channel, I'm going to be bringing some more business related things on and letting people know how I feel about it, give it a review, and if they choose, they can buy one on their own. For example, I'm thinking about putting this on there because I really like this. I've been using this for a while. I think I will. Maybe this might be my first affiliate link here because it's in the background. A lot of people might be asking about it, and it's a really convenient thing because it's got nice big block letters, numbers, and for people who have memory issues or other issues where it's hard for them to know what time it is or keep up, that's also good. So I might put that in as an affiliate link. And I will let you guys know. The time is now 8:36 a.m. It's June 3rd. Isn't this a lovely clock? If you would like to buy your own, the link is in the bottom. I think I'll do that right after I get off here too. Ain't nothing wrong with helping people out and getting a little bit yourself. You've been very creative. New look, new channel. I'm glad you like it. Thank you. Yeah. That's pretty good, Kenya. Your narrative reading. Yes. That I've been doing that one for, I don't know, maybe 6 months. Yes. Multiple income streams can mean many things. This is Kenya signing off. This is not Entrepreneur Drive. I'm just showing it up there. This is Kenya signing off.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow me on social media. Now, let me know what you think about this next upcoming video.